Happy New Year! It's your hosts Adilah and Ben. Welcome back to the show and to season 2. We are so excited to be able to keep this going, and we definitely can't do that without any of our listeners' support. So thank you all so much for your support.
Thank you. So this is a great episode to open up season 2 and 2021 with. So we're going to start off by recapping some of our achievements from 2020 and sharing our goals for the year. We'll also discuss the importance of goal setting, or aka New Year's resolutions, and the science behind them. Are they doomed to fail from the start? Stay tuned. You do not want to miss this. What an adventure 2020 has been. I'm sure no one was able to anticipate a pandemic and adjust accordingly. It was certainly a busy one. I feel like slow progress was made before COVID, and then afterwards it was kind of a bit of a rush to make up for lost time.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because when everyone was going, Happy New Year, welcome 2021, I was like, oh my God, where did like March to November go of
goodness.
2020?
Definitely.
But at the same time, living it, it felt like I've lived for 4 years. Like every month was worth 4 years. It was the weirdest time period.
Yep. Yeah. Last year just kept stretching, and it was just like time was paused at the same time. And
super strange.
Yeah, so stressful though. But then there was also a lot of, I don't know, more relaxed moments, I guess. I just remember some Netflix binging going on, which was...
Yeah, in a way, the whole world was kind of forced to slow down and take a breath. But then at the same time, for us in WA, it kind of felt like, all right, back to it pretty much soon after.
It did. It felt like a light switch. 1 minute we're in COVID lockdown mode. The next, it's just like, before we knew it, lockdown restrictions were being eased. Everyone was slowly going back to work. And it was just like, what happened? Did we just sleep for like the last 3 months?
Yeah, but I think it also went to show the collective power of, I guess, us as a species, because when it came down to it, things that needed to be done, when they needed to be done, we kind of all came together and went, okay, let's go to lockdown. Okay, let's not do this. Okay, let's now do that. Okay, let's, everyone kind of just worked so well together. And, in terms of like universities, everyone kind of had to go, okay, everyone has to stay home now. Classes will be online now. And everyone, even though they didn't have any perhaps online teaching experience, had to then quickly move and transition to learn to do that.
Yeah.
And that's just one example of how everyone worked so well together.
Yeah, definitely the collective efforts of everyone certainly helped make this plan successful.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, we got through it together, and I think that even looking at the whole Australia as a whole, the way that plan was kept, it's just been successful. I mean, even now.
So far, so good. All right. Well, let's recap our 2020, Ben. So we mentioned a little bit about the current events of the world, but in terms of your own sort of personal bubble, were there any accomplishments, I guess, or challenges even, accomplishments and challenges from 2020 that you want to recap?
Oh, definitely. One that comes to mind first is the completion of my animal study. So that was completed just before COVID lockdown, so I was really happy about that. But at the same time, it was such a relief to not have to deal with that.
For that.
Oh, goodness. I heard some of the horror stories of people having to deal with ongoing experiments during lockdown, and it's just been an absolute nightmare for them. But I'm just thankful I didn't have to go through that. Unfortunately, that did bring up the problem that I couldn't progress any further with my project, and I was kind of neither here nor there. I was just struggling to make do with the resources that I had, and nothing, like you mentioned it before with online teaching, people weren't expecting that. People had to adapt, and in research, it's not always easy to make that transition. But afterwards, I think that coming back to work, bouncing back, I found the tracks pretty quickly. At the same time, became overwhelmingly stressed. I'm sure I'm not the only one in that little boat.
Yeah, that wasn't funny. I don't know why we laughed.
It's how we made it through.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of glad that 2020 is over. I'm not sure it was the most successful year, but I feel like it's a chapter that has just been, I don't know about closed, but we're on to the next one regardless.
Yeah, that's it. No choice of our own.
That's it.
So that was a sort of a PhD related accomplishment and challenge. Is there anything, outside of that, maybe in your personal life?
Honestly, just getting back to the gym has been a bit of a challenge. That was one thing I'd pretty much got down to a T before. I had a routine and it fit well with work. I was sleeping at the right times. Then afterwards, after the COVID lockdown, that all just went out the window. And I feel like since then I've been trying to get back on that bike, quite literally.
I reckon you did well though towards the end of last year. Before all that Christmas, you were going early in the morning, at least 3 or 4 days a week.
Yeah, then Christmas hit, and here we are.
Now it's just finding that groove again.
Yeah, I've got to get rid of the Santa belly in the new year. Okay.
A lot of good holiday food.
Definitely. How about yourself? Like, how did you find that the COVID affected you?
I think we pretty much kind of are on the same page with the whole COVID situation. And we did talk about it a little bit more in depth in one of our older episodes. So if you haven't already, look for it. It's in season 1 somewhere. But I think some accomplishments, like if I had to recap my year, some accomplishments would be in the last 6 months of last year, maybe in between June and December, I managed to really pick up the recruitment of participants for my project. And towards the end of the year, it was actually feeling more and more, I wouldn't say easier, but it felt like I had a little bit more control and I kind of was more comfortable and it wasn't as much as a chore as I kind of made it in the beginning. Like I was getting used to it.
Yeah, you certainly made some good headway with it. I feel like your confidence and you got in that groove quite quickly. I don't know if that's what stress will do, or if it's just like what some good pandemic will do.
Yeah. So I think that was one of my accomplishments from last year, making headway on my PhD project by recruiting more participants. At the same time, a challenge with that is always numbers. Maybe I could have recruited more people. Maybe I should have made more of an effort. It's always the challenge of maybe I could have tracked down and chased down more samples. So it's always got that downside of you're doing great at recruitment, but the challenge is, hey, could you have recruited more?
Yeah, that's hindsight though as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I guess it could go with anything in our lives. Gym, I was pretty much the same as you, doing well pre-COVID, was doing like an 8-week challenge at the gym, was swimming at least twice a week, and then that kind of all went downhill and it was really hard to get back into that routine after lockdown. But I think towards the end, you motivated me a lot. We were kind of getting back into the gym.
Definitely. You know what? I remember I was going to say fondly, but maybe that's not the correct word. It was like just the week going into COVID lockdown. I think I'd stopped coming in, and I think you were coming in still a little bit, but you were sort of transitioning into working from home. But we had an ongoing week challenge with the Apple Watches. And I remember just like halfway through and I was like, no, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
And did I end up winning that one the first time? Because we did another one and you won that second one.
That leads me to believe that maybe you won that because I couldn't sit with the loss.
Yeah. Time for a rematch, I think.
Yeah, it might be. It might just be what I need to get my ass into gear.
Get your butt into gear, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely gym. And, I can't remember. I might have mentioned this in a previous episode, but I started learning Spanish on Duolingo.
That's right.
And I started during lockdown, actually. It started off being like 5 or 10 minutes every day. But I am so happy that I've managed to keep that going every single day since then. I'm on a 291-day streak as of this morning. So, 5 or 10 minutes for the last 291 days.
That's insane.
I'm pretty proud of that. If you've got a better streak on Duolingo, please let us know. I would love to hear it.
Yeah, it's on.
It's on. Yeah, so I'm happy that I've been able to stick with that. That's definitely a 2020 accomplishment.
That's amazing. I think that should roll into 2021 as well.
Oh my God, imagine how long I could keep this going.
With all the technology and stuff in your phone as well, it shows you screen time. Would it all be possible to see how much time in total? Is that something we can see over a month?
No comment. I don't really want to share that with the listeners.
That'd be amazing.
Mine is super high and embarrassing. And
super high? That's so good. No,
if I'm playing like...
No, just on Duolingo.
Oh, just on Duolingo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll have a look right now, actually.
I feel like that would be an interesting statistic. I mean, what was it, 291 days?
Actually, Duolingo sent me how you get Spotify Wrap 2020?
Yeah.
Duolingo sends you something as well. And, I have to find this.
Oh, damn. Sorry, this is a bit impromptu.
Yeah, Duolingo. Bear with me. I'm looking through my email. 2020.
Oh, God, I just brought up my screen time and it's not looking good. I don't even use Duolingo.
Is that all the games that you play, Ben, huh?
No. Maybe we
Bring
find
it
it
back
during
up.
the interlude, and then we can mention just before the next segment. How does
Yeah.
that sound?
Yeah, let's do that. Or we could always, I guess, just edit it in. I don't know why we did that.
Oh, this is us thinking out loud.
This is the first episode back. We're a bit slow.
Oh, dear.
All right, I'll find out how many minutes I've spent on Duolingo, and I will share with you guys in a tick. Okay, so I went through and I found an old email screenshot from Duolingo, my 2020 Duolingo route, and it said that I had spent 8,300 and I think it was like 47 minutes or something on
Oh,
Duolingo for the whole of that 200 something streak so far. And
Damn.
that is about 139 hours, which is,
Oh my goodness.
how many days is that?
How many days straight?
How do I do the maths to figure this out? That's 5 and a bit.
It's almost 6 days.
Almost 6 days. Imagine spending 6 whole days on an app. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no comment on spending that on an app.
It's productive though. It's productive
is.
though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it going.
A few more weeks like that and you'll be speaking it fluently.
Oh my gosh, that one can only hope. All right, so moving on to the next section, we're going to share our New Year's resolutions for 2021.
Is yours going to be speaking Spanish by the end of 2021?
Ooh, if I keep going at the rate I'm going and spend another 8,000 or so minutes, maybe I'll be at an intermediate level or something.
You know what's crazy? If you keep up the same trend, you'll be like approaching 2 weeks straight. That's kind
crazy.
of insane.
I think it's different though when you learn a language on an app. I feel like I need like a speaking buddy. So if any of our listeners can speak any Spanish,
Drop us a comment.
yeah,
Let us know.
help
I don't
me
know.
out.
Yeah.
I need a buddy to language practice with.
I don't speak
You should
it.
take it up, Ben, and then we can just do this whole podcast in Spanish.
Give me a week. Just to catch up.
All right, no, but in all seriousness, what are some of your resolutions for this year, either work-related or personal-related?
I feel like I've got more work related. One of them, I guess, could be classified as both. One I feel like I wanted to address was just being more organized overall, just whether that be at work or in personal life or just anything, just be more organized on top of things. I feel like that I've gradually improved.
I feel like generally you're quite an organized person, aren't you?
Yeah, I've never given it much thought. Like I feel like there's always a little bit of room for improvement, or I could be more organized, whether it be like backing up data or like just setting a calendar, having even just a weekly plan or a monthly plan. I mean, I feel like if I accomplish that, it'll improve my quality of life.
Give that a go.
Yeah.
Maybe you can start writing lists and stuff. I mean, it's good to have a goal, but you want it to be a smart goal. You want it to be something that's easily attainable and, like, don't just say lose weight. You have to say things like
way less at the end of the year.
No, and I think we're going to go on to talk more about this towards the end of the podcast, how to keep or ways to keep these New Year's resolutions, Ben. So keep an eye out a little bit later.
Definitely.
These tips will be applying to you.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, I think we could all do with being more organized. Was there anything else?
Yeah, stay on track with my PhD. So I'm now into my last year, which is kind of
dreadfully scary.
Yeah. So I guess that being organized, trying to finish my PhD this year is right up there.
Can you see the light at the end of the tunnel? Or not yet?
I think I'm still measuring the length of the tunnel at this stage. There's definitely a light at the end. I'm just not...
It's like a little speck slowly appearing.
Yeah, I think I'm getting there. I'm moving the right way, that's for sure. But the other one is just getting to where I was pre-COVID in terms of going to the gym and just having that routine again. I think that was something that I had really down packed before. I think you could say the same with your routine before.
And just for the sake of accountability, what is this new routine that you have in place?
Oh my goodness, it's changed like twice in the last week.
Really?
It has.
I spoke to you about it 2 days ago.
I know, but I feel like it wasn't set in concrete then.
Okay.
So I'm kind of struggling to get back to the gym at the moment. I don't know. There's still a lot of Christmas food around, a lot of season chocolates and things like that. And I'm still working my way through it, which probably sounds much worse than it is. But
yeah, but I mean, don't feel guilty. You know,
Yeah.
everyone kind of has those moments. It's about, okay, I'm going to eat all this chocolate, but I'm going to go to the gym on XYZ day and
exactly, yeah.
try and make up for it. So I'll let you think on that plan, and hopefully you can share what that new routine is a little bit later.
No, it sounds good. How about you, Adil? Any New Year's resolutions? Anything that?
Yeah, I'm the kind of person that likes to take a minute and write New Year's resolutions and try and keep them. Last year was actually really good for me. I had a few things on the list, and I actually managed to tick, I think, most of them. So this year, I mean, it's very cliche, but it's these resolutions center mostly around health, fitness, and financials. So I think if I check my list on my phone, I've made like a New Year's resolution.
That's a good one too. Financial.
Yeah.
I've added that one to my list as of yesterday.
Yeah, right. So if I look on my list on my phone, 2021 resolutions, and of course the first one is work related, finish PhD recruitment this year. Either way, I'm gonna have to start all the analysis and stuff. So this is really the last chance that I have to recruit as many participants for my study as possible.
It's gonna be a big year for you.
Yeah. The next thing is obviously fitness related. So kind of similar to what you said, maintaining a good fitness exercise regime. And I'm careful about using the term losing weight. For me, it's more maybe toning up, getting a little bit fitter, getting more strong, and just kind of conditioning my body to be able to deal with exercise a little bit better.
Yeah.
So how will I do that? I've got like a gym routine, go do these classes this many times a week, and I think I was telling you guys the other day I'm going to not take the elevator up 2 levels.
That's it.
So I started taking the stairs.
How's that going so far?
It's going well, actually, but the only thing is I take the stairs when it's 2 or 3 levels, but when I'm in the hospital and I have to go to the 4th floor, I catch the elevator. Is that okay?
I feel like that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you were saying that the elevator in the hospital is just so much closer, and when you're going up the stairs, it's not really an official like staircase. It's like the fire escape.
Yeah,
so
it's like a weird fire escape, and you need like swipe access. And then when you go out the other way, I'm just so unfamiliar with where I am. I'm like, I don't want to go up 4 flights of stairs.
I feel like at work it's acceptable. Like,
Thank you. I'll try for just our work building, but if I can avoid it anywhere else, then I will definitely start taking more of the stairs. Keeping up my Spanish streak, I want to keep that up. I'm also learning Korean, so I want to keep going with that. I want to save a bit more money this year. I feel like I spent so much money on clothes last year, which is ridiculous because we were in lockdown for like most of the time. Like, why did you buy these clothes? You have nowhere to go. And last year I actually bought a ukulele, and I was really, really keen to learn, but I didn't get much of a chance last year because a lot of it is self-motivation to watch YouTube videos on how to play and just making the time to. And after a long day, you're just like, I can't be bothered. And on the weekend, you're like, it's me time. I want to do stuff. So I haven't had a chance, but I want to get back into it.
You find a time slot. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, maybe like an hour on a Sunday morning or something.
That
Just
could be good.
learn a couple of chords. Anyone can teach me ukulele?
Okay, so we've got a list now: Spanish and ukulele. Do you want Korean as well?
Oh, that would be nice. Like a little language exchange or something. That'd be good. I'm sure there's heaps online. I just haven't looked. So
yeah, you could like exchange letters. Only writing in that language.
My
There's
God,
an idea.
That's a bit pushing it, mate.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Exchanging comments.
Yeah, I guess you could like little comments on social media and then give them a couple of days or hours to reply, and then you can always formulate a reply back or something. Like an online pen pal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
good.
So I feel like that's a lot of resolutions. So I don't know if our listeners are the type to make New Year's resolutions and sit down and think about it, but I think maybe another way to go about it is not to think of them as New Year's resolutions, but perhaps goals that you have or you want to achieve for the year.
Definitely. I think that what you mentioned as well, having them written down, like I think I've always just thought of them. I think I'm going to do this. And I think I've improved in those areas, but I think maybe I should write them down.
Yeah, maybe. Because then you can always, like I have mine on my phone, and every now and again I'll go back to it and I'll be like, oh, I wanted to save this much money this month. So then maybe I'll make more of an effort, get back into it if I'm not on the right track. And then, yeah, you can periodically go back and remind yourself of your goal.
Definitely.
All right, after a short interlude, we'll talk a little bit about the science behind New Year's resolutions and what you can do to keep them.
So the science behind New Year's resolutions is that time of year when people make their New Year's resolutions. Subconsciously, we're thinking a new year, a new me. It's when we feel most motivated for change, and it's our belief at this time is the strongest that we're going to make a big change. According to the American Psychological Association, more than 93% of people make New Year's resolutions. And research has shown that the top 4 common New Year's resolutions are to lose weight and eat healthier.
Oh my God, you don't say.
Save money. They're fitness and exercise related. And even up there, quit smoking.
Well, we got 3 out of 4 on that list, which is pretty cliche, actually.
Yeah.
We are part of the statistic. Oh my God.
Yeah. We've already done 4. So
We've already done 4.
We're ahead.
Yeah, interesting. Research has also shown that the percentage of people who are able to maintain a New Year's resolution declines sharply as the weeks go by. Hey, any old person could tell you that. And literally there are stats that study the percentage or how likely it is that you attain this New Year's resolution as the year goes by. And shockingly, after the 6-month period around June and July, only about 46% of resolutions are able to be kept.
Wow.
I feel pretty good about my accomplishments last year then. I feel like I accomplished pretty much all of my resolutions last year.
What's impressive is after 2 weeks, it's only 71. I mean, we're already approaching, at the time of recording, 3 weeks into the new year.
That's pretty good. So we still have about a 70% chance of making it.
Yeah,
We got this. Let's
those
not
are
be
good
a
odds.
statistic. So, some tips for you, Ben, and me, and our listeners, if you set goals and New Year's resolutions. How do you stay the course and maintain the motivation that you so bright-eyed had at the start of the year?
Ask yourself why this goal matters to you. Why did it make the list?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, ours was health and fitness related. We wanted to save a bit of money. And what was the other one? You wanted to be more organized. These are all habits and traits and behaviors that go towards a healthy life, a healthy body.
Improving the quality of life, improving ourselves as people, making ourselves more efficient.
What is more important than investing in your own self, Ben?
Nothing.
No, so I think that's a good reason. So ask yourself why this goal matters to you. Number 2, I was saying this to you before. Break it down. So for example, don't just say, I want to lose weight. Say exactly how you're going to achieve that goal. Example, I'm going to lose weight. How am I going to do that? I plan to walk 3 days a week at the park next to my house and
not take the lift and only climb stairs.
There you go. I'm only going to take the stairs at work and I'm going to make dinner at home 6 out of 7 nights a week. That seems more realistic, right? If you tick those sub goals, then you're definitely going to attain your big goal. Yeah. What else could we do?
Frame your goals in positive terms. So focus on what you're going to be doing, not what you're not going to be doing, what you're going to be missing out on. So, for example, I'm not going to drink alcohol during weekdays, but I'm going to have sparkling water on weekdays instead with my meals.
I like that. I'm not going to drink on the weekdays. Seems so negative, and it makes you want to drink on the weekdays. But if you say things like, I'm going to have sparkling water instead, then you kind of focus on the positivity and you get excited for sparkling water.
Side note, I hate sparkling water.
I was just thinking that. I was like, why would you drink it? That's the worst thing in the world to drink.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Just drink normal water, please.
Yeah, and it's healthier.
Maybe we're not like, I don't know. I don't want to say it. Maybe sparkling water is an older people thing. Maybe we're just not there yet.
I think it's a European thing as well.
All right, correct us if we're wrong, listeners. Next one. So what have we got so far if we go back and recap? Ask yourself why this goal matters to you. Break it down. Make it realistic and attainable. Frame your goals in positive terms. Tip number 4 would be to change your environment. What does that mean, Ben?
So if you want to eat healthier, it looks like we're going to be cancelling Sweet Treat Tuesday.
No, not Sweet Treat Tuesday.
And looking at the goals that we've previously set to save money, it looks like someone who's memorized the numbers on their card will be getting a new card.
Yeah, my actual bank card, my bank card recently expired, so the bank sent me a new one, and a couple of the numbers are different, like the numbers on the back and then the expiry and stuff. So I'm trying not to commit it to memory so I don't end up online shopping and it takes me like 3 seconds when I online shop because I know all the numbers.
What do you mean a couple of the numbers are different?
Yeah, like the back number is different, the main account number is the same, and the expiry date is different. And with that, you kind of need all that stuff when you check out. And I don't save my credit card details on, like, you know how sometimes your browser or your machine can remember it automatically? I mean,
Yep,
that's great. I
yep.
want it to remember my passwords, but I never put in my bank details. So, yeah. Anyway, new card, new me, less online shopping. What's next?
Have a strategy in place. So if you have a craving, you can cave in, but maybe go for a more healthy option.
Well,
So
the lowest calorie option if you're trying to watch your weight or something.
exactly. We've got the example, if you have a Macca's craving, get something with the lowest calories. I know they do salads, but it might not be the most appealing thing. But
Yeah, I wouldn't be going to McDonald's for a salad.
yeah, maybe go for like a medium or a small instead of a large.
That's a good idea. So instead of going for a McFlurry, just have a sundae.
Yeah, or if you, I don't know, maybe if you're not feeling too hungry, just get a burger and a drink. Or have 2 out of 3. Ooh, can you have water with burger and chips?
I don't mind water with my burger and chips. I don't know about everyone else.
Yeah, we'll field that question to you guys.
Yeah. Point number 6.
Yes.
Don't quit something cold turkey. Have a gradual sense of progress. Example, instead of putting 2 sugars in your coffee, just put 1 sugar and then slowly half. And then eventually, no sugar in your coffee. Yay!
Sounds good. In fact, I did something similar. I was like cutting down fast food. I cut down. Well,
You had KFC the other day. Why are you lying to the listeners?
yeah, but that was only once. That was only once.
I'll give you a clap. You're achieving your New Year's resolutions goals. Well done.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't mean to judge you.
No, you're right.
And lastly, and probably most importantly,
Be kind to yourself and reward the steps that you make towards achieving the New Year's resolutions that you've set.
yeah, definitely. I think it's important to remember as well, we're human. We are going to fall off the horse. It's important how we get back up. You know, pick yourself back up, get right back on it.
Exactly. If you have a bad day, just think, okay, I'm going to restart tomorrow. I've got
Yeah.
this. It's one out of...
One slip up.
Exactly.
Don't give up on yourself. You've got until June or July before the odds are against you anyway.
Oh, dear.
All right. If our listeners have any more tips they'd like to share, please let us know and we will share it as well. I think it's a good place to wrap up, Ben. I feel like we've been rambling a lot longer than usual.
Yeah, I think we've just been holding back a lot of things we want to share with our listeners.
So many things to share, an exciting new season ahead. So to wrap it up, setting goals are very important. Please make them as realistic and attainable as possible. Find ways to break it down so it's clear how you're going to get there. And if you fail, well, there's always next year, right?
I feel like it's too early in the year to say that. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks guys. Excited to have you back for season 2. See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. To make sure you don't miss out on our structured rambling, follow us on social media. We are on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at So You Think You Can PhD.
You can also check out our website on Podpage and Anchor FM. Please rate and review the show, let us know your feedback, and if there's anything you'd like to hear on a future episode.
Or even just to say, hey, we'd love to hear from you.
No. Serious inquiries only, please.
Thanks again.
Bye.